Hello, my name is Michael Garrick, and this is PoppinCulture. My guest today is comedian Jazz, very funny comedian. If she's in your city, please check her out. Super hilarious. Thank you so much for coming on to the show.
Stop it, Michael. Thank you for having me. Thank you so
No,
much. I'm super.
no problem. Guys, like I said, she's hilarious. Future headliner. You're going to see her in a lot of places coming up, coming soon. The topic you chose was social media.
Uh-huh.
uh, uh, and we're going to and how it's influenced pop culture. But before we get into that, whenever I have comedians on, I like to ask. A lot of people like to talk about bombing, but I'm more into seceding. So, when was the
Uh-huh.
first time you killed, and how did it feel?
Uh Actually, if we're being completely honest, killing it. I don't know the first time I killed. Like my first time ever on stage, period, was like perfect. It was fantastic. People laughed. But the first time I killed it, I can't remember that first event, but I know I probably went back and listened to that set over and over again. Audio record all my sets. So like whenever it's one that was just like, oh my God, that was amazing, I will go back and listen to it like on repeat, like I have a comedy album or something. But one isn't sticking out to me. There have been so many great shows, and it's just like, you do a great show, you're like, nothing's gonna top this. And then like a couple weeks later, you do another show and you was like, I was wrong. So there have been so many great shows, but uh one is standing out to me in particular. It was the first time that I was at the Comedy Zone performing, and it was like sold out, like nowhere to sit at. And I went up there and I did what needed to be done. And you just feel whole walking off stage. Like you just feel complete because you did the job. So thanks for not asking me about bombing, because that happens too. And ain't nothing you can really do about it.
Nothing at all. I
Do
love to
about
tell people I've been sober for a year now, and bombing sober is totally different from bombing with liquor courage. I was on stage and I literally stopped mid joke and I was like, "Hey, I want you to know I know this isn't going well either." Like,
Yeah, like you have to. I don't like to call it complete bombing because I feel like you need those nights. Like you definitely need those nights because they will humble you quickly. Thank you. Just think you're on the right path. You'll go to a room and they are not here for it. And you're just like,
yeah,
okay.
yes. Um, I like to ask, what would you compare? Like, what have you done in your life that you would compare to killing on stage?
What have I done in my life?
That compares to that feeling.
I used to teach choreography. So anytime like I complete a dance, like no more additions, no more, I'm gonna change one more thing. Like anytime I complete a dance from beginning to end, I'm just like, and to see it performed out, you're just like, that's a good feeling right there. I came up with that. So like that's probably another feeling that compares. Or just if I'm around my family and we're like genuinely having a good time, like just laughing and telling stories and stuff. That is a very close feeling to killing on stage.
Nice. I love asking female comedians. I love asking, like, men is just sex, like just strictly, just like, just the. I
No,
don't know. I don't know how many episodes you got to check out before this, but it's strictly sex. It's just like Mike. It's just. I mean, you're killing it. And I'm like, all right. There's nothing. Your answer was so deep and sincere.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna need for y'all to experience more things in life that y'all can compare it to. Okay.
Nice, nice. Um, Cool. And the main reason why I do focus on killing is just because, and you're like, so you can explain this the same. When you kill, like when you do okay, you can go up to a comedian and be like, "Hey man, how did I do?" If you go up to a comedian after you kill, they don't want to talk to you. You be like, "You seen what the fuck just happened?"
Yeah, like sometimes after you kill, you can just like sometimes it's nothing that can be said. Like I've seen, and I'm taking it like out of sight of me, I've seen fellow comedians get on stage and just completely destroy the stage. And I'm back there like eyes like this big. And as soon as they get off, I'm like, bring it in, like you did great. Is I'm one of those people, like, I'd be super happy to see anybody like do a killer night. Like, it's been some nights where I like seeing you completely just tear them up, and I'm just better like,
I appreciate it. That's how it is every time you perform. I'm just back there like, damn, she killing.
you
Like
love to see it. Like, I really do love to see it, and I think it just make the whole scene better. Like, if everybody is growing and getting better, like, it's just gonna help us all.
yes. As a comedian, and I promise guys, we will get into social media. As a comedian, when you have to go after this person that killed, do you get nervous or do you get more excited?
More excited,
Yep, same here.
more excited, because I'm like, okay, okay, if they did that, okay, because sometimes I just had a show recently where I was the first comedian to go on. You
Why'd
know,
they do
you
that?
huh? Well, when you're the one to go on, like, you're trying to read the room. I kept it clean, family friendly, and the comedian after me, she was like, bump all that, and she did what she needed to do, and like she killed it. And I'm just better like, yes, ma'am. If I would have went up after her, totally, it would have been a totally different set. Like, so you just never know. But she was great. Her name was Robin Phoenix, by the way, but she was great.
Okay, nice, nice. Guys, make sure y'all look up Robin Phoenix also.
Yep.
Oh, cool, cool. All right. You chose the topic of social media and how it's influenced pop culture. Any special reason why?
Because social media is everywhere. Like, it's just, there's no escaping it. It has had a I feel like it's had an influence on pop culture in like a massive positive way, and also like a massive negative way. So
Well, my first question for you is, and just give me your honest opinion. Do you like the fact that everybody can go on a website and express their opinions, or do you feel like some people shouldn't have that right?
everybody has the right. Everybody should have it right, but some people just shouldn't do it, because some people it's just like, bro, you should have kept listening to notes app. This should have stayed a draft. But like, not every opinion needs to be put out there. And I was just having a discussion with somebody the other day. It doesn't matter what you believe in. There is something out there to support it online. Like, there's a group of people out there to support whatever you're looking for online. There are people who believe that the world is floating on the back of a turtle's back. Like, there are a group of people who believe the world is floating on the back of a turtle. Like, there's every I feel like when people are behind a computer and behind a phone, they get real reckless. And they feel like they can say stuff that they would never say to your face. But it's like, I will jaw jack you. Like, don't come at me like that. Like, people are very brave behind the screen. And I don't.
I 100% agree. Just to stay on that topic about people that will say stuff behind the screen that they would never say to your face. Do you think that's increased bullying because of that?
Yes. Yes. Another thing with it being on social media is like, it's so much easier to gang up on somebody. Like, if, say for example, if I was up here and somebody was like, oh my gosh, her curls are popping, and 10 people posted that, like, everybody else will start going with that. But if just like the first 10 people like, oh my gosh, her curls look whatever, and like, it's just a whole bunch of negativity, and people like, oh, other people are leaving negative comments, let me go ahead and get my negativity out for the day. And it's just like, but bro, would you say that to me in real life? No. So I feel like social media is like a protection. People have feel protected behind it, but this is like, it's not real. I think that's the thing that gets me the most. Like, social media is turning into a virtual reality.
I completely agree. Um, do you believe that some people they get depressed? I've read articles about this, but I've never experienced personally, and I don't want to say somebody else's experience isn't real or true. But do you feel like some, or even you in particular, have you seen people get depressed about not getting a lot of likes?
I would say yes. And I wouldn't say I got depressed. Like, and this is not me. I know another person. If this person doesn't receive a certain amount of likes on their photo in a certain amount of time, they will take it down. To me,
Oof.
that's like, I don't care how many people like my picture, but coming from a comedian standpoint, sometimes it's like, if you create a video, if you create something that like you thought was funny and you think it should take off, and then when you go back and you like, 800 views, 3 likes, and you're like, that's kind of rough. But then you'll see somebody combing a pet rock, millions of views, and you're just like, the one thing as far as like depression, I don't think depression so much for the older generation, but for these younger kids, I totally see it. Like they feel like social media validates who they are as people, and that has no bearing on your like worth value as a person at all. But they get so wrapped up in, I don't have this many friends. So and so people are not liking my pictures. I'm not sure about you, but I have like younger nieces and nephews who are in that followers and how many likes and stuff you get. And it's just like, no matter how much you try to talk to them or how much you try to make them see, like it means nothing. It holds no value. But at the same time, you can't tell them it holds no value because at the same time, lives are being changed every single day by social media. So it's just a hard time to navigate through. And I feel like us as adults, we can do it better because we didn't grow up in social media, but these kids, this is all they know. Like
Yes.
all they know. And I've always wanted to know what psychological effects that like social media is going to have on this generation coming up down the road. I read something the other day. It was saying this generation is like basically walking zombies. Like they don't really care about anything. They don't really feel empathy. And I'm just like, do y'all see what be on social media? Like, do you see the stuff these kids see on a daily basis? So whatever y'all doing out there, protect y'all kids, man, because they could really be messing themselves up.
Yes. Definitely has dropped a lot of gems there. I truly appreciate it, Jazz. The idea of social media. What was the first social media website you were on?
Black Planet. Which one is the Black Planet or MySpace? Black Planet.
Okay, first one I was on was MySpace. How were they the same? How were they different?
Black Planet was for Black people.
Yes.
My classmates on it. Like, and at the time, like Black Planet, you know, Black people, you could basically do the same thing, add music to your background, changing and stuff like that. And back then, social media wasn't as big as it is now. Like, we'll probably be on MySpace or something for a total of 5 hours for the whole week. Like, now these kids are on one app all day.
Yes. Yeah, and 3 of those hours was just trying to get our background correct.
Just trying without the URL, just posted right there. Like, we were trying so hard.
Yes. Of course, Facebook came through and that was just a wave. Like Facebook, they just knew what everybody wanted. They took so much from Facebook. They probably took things from Black Planet also. Why do you think Facebook is the spearhead? Why do you think Facebook is just like top tier when it comes to social media?
Because I feel like everybody's on Facebook. For me, so my comedy career, like after that whole Black Planet and MySpace era died, like I did not jump on Facebook. My comedy career is older than my Facebook. The only reason I have a Facebook is so I could meet other comedians. Like I was one of those people who was like, I don't want it, I don't need it. There's nothing on there for me. But once you get on social media, and I'm speaking on social media from a comedian's point of view, because I don't really use social media for like personal reasons. Everything I do is basically for comedic reasons. So there you have like all the people you met at shows, majority of them have Facebook. I feel like when you try to switch up different apps, like my mama's not on Instagram, my mama's not on TikTok, my mama's on Facebook. I have a niece who's not on Facebook. She's on Instagram and she's on TikTok. But who you think is going to pay to come see me perform?
Yeah, true.
My mama, the Facebook group is going to pay to see you perform, where I feel as if the TikTok and the Instagram group, they'll get you out there. Like they will promote your stuff and you can get seen in front of more people. But the Facebook crowd is just like where it's at. And like everybody and their mama's on Facebook, even though these people have other stuff, everybody's on Facebook.
You're 100% right. Have you ever seen somebody post something and then be like, I would post something else, but my mom was following me? Like I see that a good bit.
Like I would like to show out on social media sometimes. I would like to show out on social media sometimes, but both my parents are on social media, on Facebook, and I just like I know they can. I ain't posting nothing crazy, but it's just like I'm not finna be up there talking about, oh, lick my booty and stuff like that. Like, girl, your daddy can see this. Like, and some people are up there just be posting stuff, and I'm like, ain't your mama your Facebook friend? This is
Yeah.
awkward for me. Yeah,
Some people have those relationships with their parents, I guess.
and not
Um,
kudos to y'all.
yes. Um, I've been out of school for going on 12 years. How long have you been out of high school?
Going on 15. I graduated 2007.
Okay, cool, cool. Have you, because maybe this stops, but have you had anybody from that you went to school with just uh, private message you out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Is that, it's weird. It's just so weird. Like
I
we
do
didn't
what I'm
talk in
supposed
high school. So why would we, yeah, I mean, I'm doing comedy. That's great.
to.
Let's not make a
So
conversation out of nothing. Yeah.
a couple years ago, I had Bell's palsy. Like 2017, I had Bell's palsy, and this side of my face like did not move at all. So like I be talking, and this side moved, but this side was just still. I had people writing me who I didn't even know, and I'm just like, what do I say? Thank you. Like I appreciate it. Thank you, but bro, I ain't spoke to you in years, and it's just like I appreciate people, reaching out and stuff like that. But it's just like I ain't spoke to you in 12 years. Like you don't even like my post. You ain't even came to a show. Like, yeah, so it's weird. Like another thing about social media, everybody has access to you.
Yes. Yes. That's why you should only post what you want people to know.
Everybody has access to you. Like, and don't post nothing that's gonna come back and bite you in the butt 2 years later, because that's what's really getting people on social media. Like,
Yes. Yes. I'm not big on Twitter, but are you?
no, I only run to Twitter when something big is happening and I want to read the comments, because I don't care what nobody says. The best part of social media for me is the comments. Like they be wild in them comments. I love the comment section.
You ever came to the comment section too early?
Yeah, and I'm like, I'll be back.
Yeah. I usually leave that comment, be like, hey, I'll be back in about 2 hours, y'all.
Don't you hate when you ready for it to get messy, but they delete a post? That's what I don't like. Like stand down, toes down on whatever you said.
Yeah, people gotta keep their job too. Yeah,
I get that.
they only take one manager to be like, hey, we see this, and before
Yeah.
anybody else sees it.
And that's what I don't get. Like people will literally go online, like, and have a job as a nurse and go online smoking weed and drinking. And I'm just like,
Depending on where they work at, they probably don't care.
you're right.
And
We gonna
sure,
say that. We're gonna say
yeah,
that, dude. Bro, you ain't
yeah.
need
I'm just saying, people short of staff. You'd be like, all he does is smoke weed. All right.
I know, right? If you getting fired in the middle of a pandemic, you don't care
Yeah.
about. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. I ain't saying they got leverage right now, but as a CNA, I'd be mad as hell. My nurse got fired for weed. I'd be like, whoa, 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 wait. Whoa, wait.
that's it. Like you'd be like, that's it, bro. That's not even a bad drug. Like,
Yeah. I was like, it was CBD, sir. Okay.
yeah,
He was
it was,
smoking CBD.
yeah, but yeah.
Mm. So the one of the biggest thing I want to ask you when it comes to social media is, we're both comedians. How do you like seeing other comedians leverage it where now they can make money off of it, and also because they're so influential on social media, they can now sell more tickets?
Love to see it. I'm happy for anybody to like work on their craft. I love to see it. You know what? You said the keyword. You said comedians, because there's a difference. Right now, a lot of comedy clubs are hiring content creators, and I feel like there's a major difference between a content creator and a comedian. Not to knock nobody, because I'm a true comedian. I can create content, but I'm not a content creator. You get what I'm saying? Like to sit at home all day and come up with videos to just put out there, like to edit those, major kudos to anybody who can do that, because that's not my style. You put me on the stage and you give me a mic, we finna blow up. Like that's what I excel at. So when I do see my peers who have found a way to master it, you're just like, bro, that's so cool. And I'm happy for them. I'm super, super happy for them. And part of me is just like, man, I wish I would get on that wave. I want to get on that wave because I see it helps. And like, I need to put my name out there, but at the same time, it doesn't feel genuine to me. And I would just be doing it to create content.
I can't say this for sure, but I had one comedian tell me Country Wayne makes close to 300,000 a month just off videos.
Yeah.
So so he does stand up just to see his fans.
Yeah. Like social media can literally change your life. I don't know if that's going to be my way though. Like, I feel like everybody has a different way. And all of us are not going to make it on social media. For those who do, kudos to them. But I don't think every single one of us is going to make it on social media. And if I'm being honest, social media is oversaturated with comedy right now. Like, oversaturated. Like, you can see like anything. Like, you can go see it. So you really have to do something to make your stuff stand out. And I know some people choose gimmicks, some people choose voices, like whatever you pick. I'm happy if that works for you. I don't know my thing yet. I don't know my social media thing yet.
Nice, nice. A lot of things I've seen on TikTok are people like doing challenges. Have you ever did any challenges for social media?
No, the only challenge I would like to partake in is people stop doing challenges. I can stand. I'm gonna tell you a secret about me. So when I was younger, I was like, I can't stand watching people do the cha-cha slide. I can't stand watching people do like the electric slide. It's a cool dance to do, but after a while, I don't like line dance. I don't like to see everybody doing the exact same thing. I do not like to see everybody doing the exact same thing. And with challenges, everybody just does the exact same thing. And I'm just like, some people find it funny to see people fall off crates. I'm just like, okay, like,
Yeah, it was only funny till you see like that real painful fall, and you be like, "Oh, oh,
ooh, yeah.
snap!"
As far as like the challenges go, now would I be lying if I say I don't? I know a couple dances that I be in my room just getting it, like dancing, but I like to dance, so that's something that I do. You'll never see me post one. Like, you'll never see me post one. But as far as like some of these challenges, how do I say this without it coming off wrong? These challenges shed light on mediocrity and make it shine.
I can see that definitely.
And it's like, okay, you ate cinnamon, you ate a Tide Pod, like they just shine light on mediocrity, and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, people eating Tide Pods, like because it was weird because I saw kids doing it. I'm like, man, this is sad. But then I saw adults doing it, and I was like, oh, this is just God's will. And
No. Oh, God's plan. That's what you
yeah,
said. Oh, yeah, like,
yeah, if you're an adult, I couldn't really kids. I can kind of like, oh man, he's not. His brain hasn't matured. When I saw adults doing it, I was just like, oh, this is
I can't
horrible.
one challenge that has been beneficial to mankind. Like, we should really have like a pay it forward challenge, but not a pay.
Wash your ass challenge. One of them.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great one. How about a stay 6 feet away from me challenge at all times? Like, just that's a challenge I'd like to partake in.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, none of our challenges they're all dumb to me.
Yeah, I can't disagree.
And not anybody who does challenges, like, do whatever you do as a source of entertainment, but I see no purpose in them. It's just a whole bunch of people. It takes one person to come up with something stupid, and then you see a second person want to do this stupid, and a third, and then it just spreads like wildfire.
Yes, yes. With social media apps like Facebook doing it, Snapchat has been doing it. TikTok is a new one to throw their hat in the game. Um, I'm reading a lot of articles about attention spans are shortening. Um, do you think that sooner or later social media will take over what we consider like um, television, or I doubt it'll ever take over movies because that's a long format. But do you think
Um,
that shorter format entertainment will become the future?
Well, I consider for me, yes, like I consider YouTube an app, but I spend way more time watching YouTube than I would do TV. Even like if it was up to this generation coming up, the kids, like I would say kids under the age of 10, they don't care about a TV. Like they would much rather spend their time on apps and stuff. Like you can, it's way more of a variety. Like you can do so much stuff, whether you just sitting here and staring at a screen, like you're moving, you're interactive, you can change it, see something different. And so with these kids, I don't have any kids. I don't care what anybody do with parenting style because they ain't got nothing to do with me and mine over here. But majority of the time, my nieces and nephews try to come over to my house. Like I legit have a toy bin. Like let's play with some magnets. Let's go draw. Let's go paint. Let's go do something because majority of the time y'all gonna be on y'all phones anyway. Like I don't get to see y'all that often. Can we at least do something? So as far as sitting down and watching TV, even when they are sitting down watching TV, what they got in their hands?
Yeah.
Their phones. When was the last time you actually sat down and watched a show without being on like right now I have my TV right here. I got my laptop right here. I got my iPad right here, and I got my phone right here. If I was to turn it, I would probably be on another one of these devices doing something.
Yes. To go one last thing about Country Wayne, he said that apparently he was offered decent money to do a movie, and he was just like, people got to go see a movie. They got to buy tickets. People always got a phone in their pocket. It's way more likely for them to see me if I'm in their pocket than if they are to watch me and go to a theater.
No, and he is completely correct. Another thing about like, I know so often people are like, why don't you post your content online? And I'm like, if you can have access to me anytime you want to, would you come see me at a show? And I don't do comedy for money, but if nobody ever comes to see me at shows, like it hinders my comedy career. Like you are really helping out comedians when you support live comedy versus just asking us to share our stuff so you can enjoy it at home. Like the views and likes may add up, but it's nothing like being on stage.
I completely agree, 100%. Yeah, it's it's just so mind blowing that that has become a thing where people, when they come to a live event, I think they just get more excited because it's just, I mean, besides the pandemic, of course, they just get so excited, like we're here, we're real, and I hope to get to that level where I can tell people like, all right, lock your phone, don't you can't have your phone during the show because that
Yeah.
just must be one of the best experiences ever, just to have people just they're not on the phone, there's no distractions, it's just a connection, just me and the audience.
That is one of my favorite things about comedy. Like you can enjoy me in a sober state. You don't have to be drunk to have fun at a comedy show. You don't have to be high to have fun at a comedy show. Like if it's a real good comedy show, you can be in a sober state of mind, watching people on stage, no electronics, and just genuinely having a good time. And that's my favorite thing about doing comedy. Like you are, these past couple years have been trash, like rough. And comedy shows are like one of the few places where you can just come to and temporarily forget about COVID until somebody coughs. You like it's a temporary escape just from everything else that's going on outside these doors. So I think for us, like when we get on stage and we can help people escape from whatever they're going through, like that's one of the greatest things ever.
Nice, nice, nice. My last question for you, what comes next? Like what's the next big app? What's the next big um trend in social media? Where you see it going?
I don't know. And part of me is just like, do I hop on it? Like I don't know. But do I hop on it? Like I'm very there's always something new. Like TikTok used to be Musically, and Musically was out for a minute, but when it converted over to TikTok, like it just took off. Um, and like I said, like people are super creative. People are so creative nowadays. Like I'm pretty sure there's nothing on TikTok that has not been done at this point because they probably have what 100 billion videos. Like people are constantly creating, so it's something new. Whatever it is, I would say hop on it quick if you could, because those seem to be the people who are the most successful on some of these apps. As for me, I'm somewhere stuck in between like how am I successful on social media and how do I protect my content? Because we can't copyright our jokes. Like we can't, as soon as you put it out there,
It's out there.
it's out there. I actually did something that was original to me. It was a joke I came up. It was an original joke I came up. I'll tell you what the joke was. I put some leggings on, and as I was walking, I was like, look like my thighs trying to push the legs out the way, like look like my thighs fighting. Told the joke online, posted it and everything. My sister ended up telling me, she was like, I've heard that joke like years ago. And part of me was just like, I don't want nobody seeing this thinking that I stole somebody's joke. Like, I promise you I made it up. Like, I promise you I made it up when I put on my leggings and looked in the mirror. She's like, I heard that. And then it's just like, I felt down for a couple days because I was like, I don't want nobody to think I'm stealing anybody's time. I would never steal anybody's joke or nothing, especially and post it. But then at the same time, I wanted to post it because that's something I can say versus I have actual jokes that I just don't want to put out online because I would much rather you see them on stage. So whenever that new wave does come, I wouldn't even know what to do when it got here.
Yeah. And it's a great joke too. I've heard it. I've heard when you said it. I haven't heard it before then. But
Well, thank you. I heard it before neither.
yeah, but it's good that you got somebody in your corner that can tell you like, hey, I've heard it. Because last thing you want is the wrong person to be like, it's good that you had somebody pull you to the side and be like, hey, I've heard this before.
No, I wish you would have told me that earlier because I would have never posted it. And I don't too quick to eat stuff. But like I said, I put on my leggings that inspired the joke. And that's another thing about social media. How do you know if you're inspired by something or how do you subconsciously take something and just switch it into something else? Like how many things have you seen on social media? You're like, I would have did this, or I would have said that differently, or you're like, oh, that could be a joke, or it inspires you in some type of way.
I'm not gonna lie, man. This past couple of months, I've seen nothing but from like race riots to dumb political views. Not dumb political views, but just very not how do I want to word the political views? Like they express their political views to the extreme, I guess. Um,
Yep.
but yeah, I just haven't like even the crate challenge. Like I could make a joke out of it, but it seems more sad and funny. So is like yeah, and even when I look at like a hilarious meme, it's not like oh man, I could have made a better joke. It's just like that's some clever shit.
Yeah, yeah. And part like my biggest thing has always been like I don't want to. Once I started, before I started doing stand up comedies, like I used to watch Comedy Central. That was my channel, comedy special, just comedy stuff. I always have been into comedy, even as a little kid. Like my daddy used to listen to Jeff Foxworthy tapes and stuff like that. Like comedy has always been a part of my life. In Live Color, Mad TV, like those were my shows. And it's like when you grow up, it's just like, man, I don't want to take something that I heard in my childhood and you think you making up a joke. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. I was on the phone with a friend who's in the LGBTQIA community. And I was like, y'all got all the letters. We should just call y'all soup. And then I was like, nah, better yet, we should call y'all the alphabet soup people. I made that up on the phone conversation. Dave Chappelle came out with his special and I can never say that. Like I could never say that. Like
Oh yeah, that
ever.
happens all the time. I used to have a joke about I grew up with off-brand cereal, the cereal that come in the dog food bag. And then Deion Cole said it, and I was like, oh, that's it. The joke has to go.
It's like the ruling, like earlier I said, we can't copyright our jokes, and the ruling comedy is the bigger name gets the joke.
Yeah. Yeah. And Deion Cole, I've seen him live. He has never seen me. So I was just like, he beat me to it. And I was like,
Like Dave Chappelle, actually, I was on the phone with my homeboy, and I came up with the alphabet. Like, what?
yeah.
And nobody care. Like,
Yeah. The way Cat Williams said it, like, oh, you don't have another dog food bag joke? Like, that's where you stop being creative? And just like,
yeah, no, good one though.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
Yeah, I got some horrible ones too now.
It was just
Nice. Well, thank you so much for coming on to the podcast. Is there anything you want to say to your fans? And please tell them where they can follow you.
You guys can follow me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Jazz Gill. That is JASGILL. And I am on Instagram, Jazz, the number 4, and laughs, LAUGHS. The face will look a lot like this. You guys can follow me on both places. Just don't follow me in real life. That's creepy.
Yes. Guys, please follow her on social media, and please, if she's in your city, please go see her. She's hilarious. Thank you guys for watching and listening, and have an amazing day.